Hey y'all, this is Smitty here. I rented NBA Live and I played for it, for a few days here, and just giving a little evaluation about what I think of it. Now I look at this and I look at it and I compare it in terms of looking at NBA 2K5, and one thing that I will definitely say about this game is that, like I had said before in the video that I had saw, I gotta give ultimate kudos to EA Sports. I mean, they did a really good job with this game. Like, they did. Now, the difference with this in comparison to the 2K series is that this game gives a lot more control to the user. A whole lot more control. I mean, from like doing the crossovers to this, to the basic ball handling, to the crossovers and everything else in between. Like it's very accurate. Like, it's very accurate. It's very detailed. A lot of the collision detection is there. Like, I really can't get mad with that. But some of the things that, like, the one thing, like, a few of the things that kind of disappoint me about this is the fact that they have a lot of sliding, like a lot of sliding animations, because they're trying to do a whole lot. Just like 2K has that at times, where they get caught up, in the animations to an extent. But it doesn't happen way too often, but it is something that needs to be addressed, because the sliding at times will make it seem like a player that's completely out of position will suddenly be able to come in and get rebounds, or come in and be able to dunk, get dunks, or block a shot, just because they want to capture them in the predetermined animation of their choice. Like that dunk there, like, that's a nice animation, like, that's a nice sequence. But another thing is the alley-oops. Like, they have them do this floating, like, like they're, like it's in the Matrix or something, which is not, that's not a realistic thing you should have. Like, that they could do better than that. But on an overall, definitely say, like I said before, I give them props. They did a great job with this year's game. And I mean, if they come out next year, what they need to improve on is the presentation. I mean, they have ESPN and TNT's presentation. They can make this game look dramatically better in terms of how it's presented, as well as the gameplay features as well. Present more of a realistic post-up game. Work on the defense as well, because I mean, the defense is not, like, there really isn't much dedication in terms of the defense. So if they actually came out with a dedicated defense, defensive control, like how they do with the offense, if they work on the defense and they do it the right way and don't try to overdo it, they could definitely have something here that can help them regain that status of being, the best game out there, of being the better basketball game out there, because this is a great effort. But 2K is great simulated basketball. It's very well put together. Like, this game, you had to modify some settings, but nevertheless, in spite of the settings modification, which I want to thank Versus for, putting it on Pro and then putting the sliders all the way up, for the most part, except for shooting, I put it at like about between 65-75%. And it works well. It works really well. Like, I also like how, like, when you are setting up substitutions and you're in the middle of the game, the computer automatically will take control for you. And so then it's like, you don't have to deal with the conflict of trying to do two things at once. So that's real good as well. But like I said, on the overall, this game is a lot better. Like, I give they work on their, like I said, work on the post-up game, work on the presentation on the overall, work on the presentation, because it's very bland. But they improved the most important part, which is the gameplay, which is I look for more than anything. And especially for a game like Live that I especially liked a long time ago, which I know vast majority of us loved Live. And it's been off the track for the past, I say, about 7 years, at least in my opinion, like going from PS2 all the way up to PS3. You know, and that's an example like that, like how that sliding animation like that, like how he just floated over and did that dunk. You know, like just because he couldn't, like they set the predetermined animation, and then they just half shack, automatically float up and get suction cupped straight into the rim and then do that dunk. You know, so I mean that's something they need to fix. You know, and just doing moves that would make sense in the game, and they will have something complete. Like they will have a complete game, keep it true to the stats, true to the player's abilities, and also this is another thing as well. Physics have to matter, like size, like weight and strength. You know, those attributes all really need to matter, and they don't. You know, they truly do not matter in this game. I had created a player on my team that's like 7'2", 315, and he's maxed out at 99. And I put him up against Dirk Nowitzki, and Dirk is able to push and muscle my man down in the post. And that shouldn't happen. You know, Dirk is he's a decently strong guy, but he's not as strong as my guy is. I had him at all 9s in terms of strength. So I'm at 99. So I mean, that should not happen. You know, so I mean, there's just things like that. Like the physical attributes have to matter. They work on the post-up game. They work on the one-on-one defense, as well as the post defense. The alley-oops, they tighten these things up, and they will have themselves a really strong competitor for the next year in comparison to this and 2K. But just on an overall, EA did a really good job with this game, and I can't be mad at them. So that's all I got to say about this. But it's a really good game. And yeah, like I said, definitely looking forward to next year's effort. Hopefully they adjust things and just don't get complacent. All right, y'all. Peace.